Hi, it's Zobo975, and today I thought I'd bring you some semblance of tips for when you go surface prospecting. I hate surface prospecting, as many people know. I only really go on one planet, which is the first one in Felicity Farseer's system that you can land on, which is this planet that I'm on now, because it's a good source of tungsten, tin, arsenic, vanadium, radium. A lot of the elements are on there. You can go into the system map and actually look at the planet, click on it and select, and it will show you the percentage breakdown of materials. And I've generally found that most of the engineers have a planet in their system that's actually useful for that engineer. Most. I'm not saying all, because I haven't been to all the systems where all the engineers are. But for example, Felicity Farseer has this planet that's good for arsenic. Selene Jean has one that's good for tungsten. You know, there's usually a planet in the system the engineer's in that's useful for that engineer. Now, how I normally go about surface prospecting is I pretty much aim at the sun and drive that direction. I use the sun as the bearing. When I go mining, I use the planet as a bearing and I head towards the planet. So that way I'm not going over the ground I've already been over. You know, I'm not looping around in circles. I got a general vague idea of which direction I'm going in. Now, I'm not particularly worried what sort of signals I'm picking up, because I know I'm heading in the one direction. I'm confident I will come across enough variety. And as you see in this video, I actually found everything I needed. I found arsenic, I found tungsten, I found tin, which was what I was looking for. So very quickly I found what I was looking for. I was looking nickel, oddly enough, because when you build like 25 level 1 parts to unlock the engineer to a high enough level to give you one tier 3 beam laser modified, and then you bribe him to give you the special effect to go back around. Yeah, you know, you've probably gone through a shitload of nickel or sulfur doing over and over again, spamming tier 1 parts to unlock the engineer to higher parts. But that's basically what I do. So I use the system map to identify which planets are good for me. I generally just use this one, but there are a couple of others that I have been to that have been very good. In fact, one that's better than this one for tungsten, and another one that is better for arsenic, but this one's just convenient for me, so I tend to come here. But like I say, you can use the system map, learn which planets are good for which materials. Then I would recommend heading in a singular direction, and when your SRV is nearly knackered, or you're bored shitless, which is normally what happens to me, is a bit of both, call your ship in, take off and leave. That's it, really. Because to me, surface prospecting is the most boring job in this game. It's the grindiest thing, it's the thing I really hate doing. Thankfully, they haven't made it too difficult and too strenuous. It's also an activity you can't do with friends, which is a real shame. I'd love it if you could go down in a wing of 4, drive across the planet, and whatever other people in the wing picked up, everyone got a piece of. Because if you pick up 1 arsenic, it counts as 3. So I would like it that if you're in a wing of 4, it counted as 4, and everyone got 1. Because that could be quite fun. You could cover more ground and chat and drive around in a wing of people across the planet's surface. But, you know, it may break up the boredom a little bit. You could have a little bit of a race over it. But I do love the views on planet surfaces sometimes, and I love the way my ship looks when it comes in for landing. So I can't. It's not all bad, and I've seen some beautiful videos that people have taken. There are some interesting planet surfaces to visit and some sights to see. But driving around planet surface looking for materials makes me think like I'm a metal detectorist in a field. It kind of seems a bit dull to me. And it's not one of the pursuits I enjoy in this game. I enjoy 90% of the activities in this game. This is one thing that's not for me. So I'm always glad when I get back in my spaceship and I go back flying into space. And that's pretty much all for this video. If you've got any tips about surface prospecting, please put them in the comments of the Reddit for posts that I put this video in. It'll help out a lot of people, including myself, because these are very basic tips that I'm giving. And that's all, and thank you very much for watching.